It's been a storybook season for Purdue volleyball, if anybody's been paying attention, and one in which I've never been more proud of a team, of a bunch of players, 18 individuals, for the commitment, the love, the selflessness that they shared and displayed from last January until right now. We lose 4 players, Cash Anderson, Lindsay Miller, Rachel Williams, and Julia Kane, and all 4 contributed in a big way this season. But we also have a great core that still will have the opportunity to come back and play at Purdue. But it was a meaningful season for Purdue, and I think a meaningful season, as I told our team, for college athletics, because I think that first of all, college athletics has changed. It's not going to go backwards. The cow's out of the barn at this point, okay? I think it's the sheep out of the barn, but it could be the one. They're all out of the barn, for that matter. And I think teams and programs and administrations just have to recognize that when people do decide to leave, you wish them well, and you go find more players. And if your program truly is a positive program that develops athletes and provides great experiences, players will come into your program, and you'll be able to continue. And I think that's that we were able to do at Purdue, and I think you can do that anywhere if you have the right people. And that's what we did. We had the right people. Congratulations to Pitt. Dan Fisher has just done one of the most amazing jobs of coaching in the history of the sport, by taking a team at Pittsburgh, a program at Pittsburgh that for so many years was just good. I mean, in some years they weren't even that, but they were good. But they couldn't get over the hump, the same hump that we haven't been able to get over at Purdue. And now it's, 5 years in a row? Is that accurate, that he's in the Final Four? That doesn't happen without somebody in charge that really knows how to build a program and recruit and train and coach and do all the things you have to do. So understand that when he goes in and asks for another pay raise, they probably should give him one, okay, because he's really, really special. Olivia Babcock is as good as any player in the country, and we've seen most of the good ones this year. We've seen about all the good ones. And she's just a phenomenal player. We sold everything. We were doing everything we could to slow her down. Cash Anderson's one of the best left side blockers in all of America, and it was hard. It was really hard. She was rolling for the first 2 sets. After that, it started to change a little bit, and I thought if we could have pushed it into a fifth, we had a lead there about a third of the way or midway through the second set, but they regrouped, and what they did a nice job of adjusting and setting their left side hitters, because they knew that we were stacking up on Babcock, and I thought their left sides did a really good job, and they made plays. The setter took over at the end of the 4th set, both offensively and with their serve. A couple of those serves, you look at it, they go, they got ace. Well, no, those balls were just almost impossible to pass, a couple of them, okay? So, but congratulations to them. We feel really good about what we did this year. It wasn't in a locker room in there where everybody was just losing their minds. Okay, it was a locker room where people were continue to love each other and recognize that we did something unique and something special, and we're very proud of it.
Cash and Kenna, you guys were on Pitt's heels the entire night. Got them in the third. How proud How proud are you of your team's fight today?
Very proud. I think we played a pretty clean game. Like Dave said, Olivia Babcock is just an amazing player, and we did everything we could to try and stop her. And then they have some players that help her out and can get kills themselves too. So I think, it's just you kind of have to be perfect when you're defending them. And Dave mentioned in the locker room, that's pretty tough to do, and eventually it gets to a point where you just can't get it enough.
Yeah, I'm really proud of this team. This team has never been to the Elite Eight before, the girls that are on the team right now. And so it was a new experience. And to be at Pitt in this gym, to play a team who their standard every single year is making the Final Four for the last 4 years. So I'm really proud of this team. I mean, it's a young group. We're not losing many people at all. So I expect them to be in the same exact position next year.
Cash and Kenna, what allowed you guys to battle? What was it about this group that allowed you to battle through adversity this season?
I feel like we've said it so many times, and now it just seems like we're beating a dead horse, but this team just loves each other so much. When I got there in the spring, like, it felt like people just were a little broken, like, emotionally and mentally, and I feel like this team just used the entire spring and the summer and the fall, to just completely love each other with open arms, and I think that that's just been showed on every single game that we've won, every single game that we've lost this year. This team just loves each other, and if they keep that up, that's just going to take them so far.
Yeah, I completely second that. This is such a special group of girls, and, you know, we're spunky, and we have a lot of different personalities, and our coaches did an amazing job this year, and I think they reeled us in times where, you know, we could have maybe withered away a little bit, but they kept us in line and really continued to make us work hard, and I think that's a big reason why we were able to be as successful as we were this year.
Cash, you finished your NCAA career with a performance of 20 kills, hitting .250 and 2 blocks. Would you ever imagine that in the regional final, when you transferred into Purdue, you would have developed into the kind of player that you've been the last 10 games?
Not at all. When I came in, I was so scared because I had to have surgery, and I went into Dave's office, and I was so scared to tell him because in past, like in history, I feel like a lot of coaches, if they brought in a transfer and they were like, I have to have surgery, they would have been like, what the hell are you good for? But I went into his office, and he literally was like, okay, that's what you have to do. And I remember leaving his office and just feeling better about it. And I got my surgery, and he trusted me the entire way. I mean, at the beginning of the season, I think I was getting like 7 kills a game. And I just was not producing the way that I knew I could, but he stood by me the entire time and knew that I was going to get there, and I just owe so much to him and this staff and this team for just trusting me, and I'm just really proud that I could be able to finish off the season the way that I know how, and I think it's just the best volleyball I've been able to play in a long time because I'm so much healthier mentally, fit, and physically.
Question from Zoom. Kenna, you've talked for a couple weeks about how you don't want the season to end. How will you remember this 2025 team, and how does this year set the program up moving forward?
Yeah, I will never forget this year. It has been extremely special. Everything that we've gone through and everything that we have accomplished has just been absolutely amazing. And the girls that I played with this year were so special to me. I've said this so many times, but Cash is one of my very favorite teammates I've ever played with. She's just a awesome girl, an awesome teammate, and I will never forget this season for those reasons. And I think that, you know, we really did something that a lot of people did not expect out of us, and defied a lot of expectations, and I'm just extremely proud of us and will not forget the season.
Coach, how has this team reinvigorated your passion for coaching in the NIL era?
It's hard to describe, to be honest with you. I mean, there's still a lot of stress involved in coaching, even when you've got this kind of a group. But it revigorated me so much, I went in and made a new deal with my athletic director and signed a 4-year contract. Okay, so, and I'm old, by the way. Okay, so, but I just love this team. They brought, and I told them, I said they basically saved my coaching career, because the 8 players that returned were so loyal and showed so much love to me, and then the freshmen that came in, the 5 freshmen, they can't find anything wrong with Purdue, okay? Cash Anderson can't find anything wrong with Purdue. Either can Bianca Lulich or any of the kids that came in, you know, transferred, and it just, you know, when things like that happen, you look at yourself, and every coach is going to look at themselves and they say, what happened? What happened? Well, people just found things they wanted to do differently, and so. None of those people that left were bad people. They were all wonderful people, okay? But they felt it was time to move on, and so, you know, we wish them well, and we're going to take the people that want to be at Purdue and pour our lives into them. And that's what our staff has done, and that's what each player has done. So, I'd say it's revigorated me quite a bit.
Any other questions in the room?
For Kenna and Cash, what's it like having Dave as a coach, too?
Man, nothing. I've never had a coach like Dave, honestly. In so many ways. He pushes us so much, but I've never had a coach that works as hard as he does ever. Never ever would I have ever imagined a coach. You can tell that his entire life goes into these girls on this team, and this he's just a true Purdue man, and you know that. Like, you can tell that he just bleeds black and gold, and I didn't know what to expect coming into Purdue, but it's been nothing short of amazing, honestly.
Yeah, being coached by Dave is, I've said this word 10 times already in this press conference, but so special. Dave talks about it all the time, but he wants us to become even better people after we come out of this program, and I think that's a really, really important part, and that's what makes him so awesome, and he deserves Coach of the Year, and
100%.
he's the best. I'm so grateful to be coached by him.